So you guys remember how in the last video I said that I was gonna go on this date and have a 2-hour monologue about how Light Yagami could have won in Death Note? Well, I mean, you probably don't remember because, well, my last video got about 4 viewers and nobody actually watched the whole video. But aside from that, I went on the date and I got fucking yap mugged. Like, what the fuck? It was my fucking plan to have a monologue and not let her speak, yet she's hitting me with the fucking craziest CC known to man. The fucking crowd control is crazy, bro. I'm pressing buttons on the keyboard and nothing is fucking happening. Am I even able to play the game? Like, what the fuck? She's just yapping there for fucking hours. My average word per minute was probably like 0.5, bro. 0.5. Like, what the fuck? And this was completely unfucking prompted. She's yapping about some total fucking bullshit that I didn't even fucking ask about. What the fuck is happening? And that's the moment I realized. This is why some men, reasonable men, choose violence. Not to say that it's right or that you should do it, but like, there is maybe a degree of like sympathy, like, oh man, I can see why this happened. But anyway, I guess at least she didn't ask me what do I do for a living. I mean, of course the answer is that I'm a content creator, YouTuber. Not that I make any money off this, like, not that I've earned a single cent, but it's totally a real job, guys. A real job. I mean, keeps the lights on. Yeah. So, it's actually rest day, but I still came to the gym because it requires more laziness to rest at home than to come to the gym and just meme around a bit. Also, when you're unemployed, I mean full-time content creator, what else are you gonna do? Also, have you ever counted how many holes you have in your shirt? You might have 1, 2, 3, 4 holes in your shirt. But look at this. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What, you too broke to have more than 4 holes in your shirt? Psh, get a job. Now guys, I know that I am a multi-millionaire, world-renowned, award-winning content creator, and a humble one at that. But my ambitions have grown even larger. You see, we need to find a camera woman. And why a camera woman instead of a cameraman? Well, I heard this feminist speak and she was talking about some, pay difference gap thing, bro. Some fucking thing, bruv. I didn't really pay attention. But anyway, the point was that if I get a cameraman, I'm gonna have to pay them money. But if I get a camera woman, I don't have to pay her at all. Pfft. Giving her a livable wage, completely optional. And so we're gonna have to get a camera woman to save on the budget. Even though I am a billionaire, of course. And so, to get the camera woman, this is a perfect opportunity for me to teach you on how to FraudMaxx on dating apps. Because then you can truly show off the fact that, for example, I am a trillionaire. Real. And so what are we gonna do? We're gonna put on our best shirt and go take a shot that is very realistic, that really depicts my day-to-day life of cooking and eating healthy, eating salad, just being an amazing human being that of course they want to be around me. Now of course we're not gonna take the fucking picture in that kitchen because what the fuck are they gonna think, that I live in a single room apartment and I'm broke? And so we're gonna go to a completely different kitchen to actually super FraudMaxx this picture. Let's go! Alright, so for this shot you're gonna need the biggest, most masculine knife that you can find, the most expensive looking salad that you can find, and a wooden cutting board because it's a lot more aesthetic than some plastic shit one. And then what you do is you quite simply throw some of that bitch on there, cut a bit of it, and look at the camera. And remember to pull off the fucking greatest mug face of your life. But I need to take the mic off for the actual picture. And so then, once you're done with the picture, you can take all the fucking salad and throw that bitch away, cause fuck do you think I'm actually gonna eat the salad, bro? Where's the ice cream? Anyway, job complete, victory royale. Oh my baby boy. Well, anyway, guys, today what I've been doing is I have been Bob the Builder maxing with this new chair. Built that shit, very good chair. Basically became a qualified rocket scientist and engineer now. So if like Elon Musk, you're looking for new hires, I'm open to negotiations. We could, for example, start with, $10 million starting monthly salary and 10 virgins as wives. So, that's a good starting point for the negotiations to get me to, be a leading researcher and, engineer at SpaceX. Also, if NASA is looking for any, new hires and professionals, world-class talent, if they have a better offer, you can send it to my email. But what that means also is that this old chair, it's a bit fucked, like. Yeah, I don't really have a use for this old chair anymore, so like, I don't really know what the fuck to do with it. I guess you're gonna have to fucking go home, motherfucker. Fuck you! That was quite mean, I'm sorry. I apologize. It is prophesied that whoever sits in this chair first shall inherit the world. Bum bum bow dum bum bow dum bum bow dow 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 bum bum bow dum bum bow dum bum bow dum bum bow dow. Dum 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 dum. Yeah, I need a fucking friend here, my G's. Oof. So guys, let's talk about something extremely deep. Minecraft. You start a world with your friends and you're excited. Haha, this is new. And then you go and you mine some wood. Oh, I'm gonna make a pickaxe. You go mining. You are excited to find your first diamonds. At some point you get full iron armor and you feel invincible, like you're the king of the world. Then you enter the nether. Wow! Once again, new novel experiences, a whole new world to explore. And it inspires you to keep going, and eventually you slay the Ender Dragon. But then you only feel emptiness. But then you try to fill that emptiness with just things that make you feel like you're progressing towards something. You build a bigger house. Maybe even 2 houses. A tree house in the jungle, guys. That's cool, right? You maybe explore the map. Wow, look at this temple. Never seen it before. But at some point, the emptiness is overwhelming. You realize that there is nothing to do. You've built it all. You've done it all. And the only thing fun left is to grieve your friends. Let me make a dynamite trap. TNT with pressure plate behind their door. So when they walk in, kaboom. Let me do a trap where when they try to come into my house for revenge, pushed into lava, bye all your stuff. Ha 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 ha. And then you get the fun, the thrill from burning it all down. And don't you get it? That is the world that we live in. Minecraft is reality. In the end, once you've done it all, the only thing fun is to grieve others. Why do you think some people own private islands and do questionable things? Why do you think some people, leaders of the world who have it all, power, money, they can get anything that they want, choose to go and, you know what, let's send some rockets that way. Isn't it funny if we just fucking start a war? Watch it all blow up. Kapow! You think this world is different from Minecraft? Fuck no, motherfuckers. The makers of this simulation took inspiration from Minecraft. They understood that in the end, the only thing that is fun is to grieve others. And so if you think about your life, then what's the point in not just skipping to the end? In the end, you're just gonna have to grieve others anyway for entertainment. So why not do it now? Why not blow up their house? A bit of lava there. Oops. Flint and steel set on fire. Oh no. You know, at some point you realize that no matter how much you build, it all crumbles. And so, wouldn't it be just more fun if you were the one in control and you just blew it all up? And here's the great part. You don't necessarily have to do that, as long as you have new things to do. You have something to actually progress towards. But once you reach that point, the only thing that you can do to enjoy your life is to go back to the beginning. It truly is that simple, guys. And so maybe you shouldn't burn it all down. Maybe you shouldn't blow it all up if you still haven't achieved everything that you want in life. But if you have, if you're one of the few who truly have accomplished everything that they want, then the only thing that can make you entertained is to go back to the beginning. Start from zero. It is the scariest choice that you can make, yet also the only one that makes you feel alive. Quite an interesting idea, isn't it? And so, truly, go build a great life, but make sure to also grieve yourself. Because only by grieving yourself can you have the entertainment of it all burning down. And so, realistically, as it all in this life will once end and it will go kaboom, as you know, there truly is no other ending to life except death. There is no alternate endings here. There are no good or bad endings. There is just the end. You are the Ender Dragon. And once you die, it's over. The game has been beaten down, completed. And so go live a fulfilling life. But remember that maybe it's better that you burn it all down once you've achieved it all. Maybe it's better to be the one who gets to set the fire instead of being the one who slowly burns due to others. And so achieve everything you can and complete the game. But once you've done that, well, the only chance you have is to either grieve yourself or grieve others. And I can never make that choice for you. And so I guess while you are still on the path to success, while you are still wondering, will I even make it to the end? Will I ever even see the third realm? Will your third eye even open? Because it's not a guarantee. Just like in hardcore in Minecraft, you can die before you see the end. And therefore, maybe there is hope. A sliver of hope that maybe you don't have to burn it all down. Maybe you can be one of the lucky ones who has a complete ending before the TNT, before the lava traps. But is that truly what you even want? Or would you want to see it all and only then see it all burn down? And this is truly a dilemma of our world. Because either you go and achieve everything that you wish, but then you pay the price of having to see it all burn down. Or you are like Sisyphus, or whoever the fuck that, motherfucker in mythologies, and you're just endlessly rolling a stone, and in your lifetime, you never see the end. You never reach the mountaintop. And which one would you rather even be? There are costs to both. Either you never see the end and you are dissatisfied, or you feel the pain of having to watch it all burn down after you have reached the top. But in the exact same thought, what can you do with your life except go near the end? What can you do in Minecraft except keep mining until you have the resources to go to the nether? Keep grinding until you have the resources to go to the end? Keep fighting until you can beat the Ender Dragon? Truly, what can you do in life except progress? Staying still will never satisfy you. Only progress will make you feel fulfilled. Only progress will give you satisfaction. Yet, eventually, when you reach the top and the progress ends, the only progress is to burn it down. Go back down the hill you came up and experience the climb all over. Very interesting. And so even though we do not have a choice, progress is a must for a life where we wish to live. Maybe it is better that the climb is endless. Maybe it is better that we never see the end, because the end is only the start of destruction, the start of the downfall. Very deep thoughts. Very deep thoughts. This just made me realize that I will become king. I will reach the end. I will complete it all I will complete the progress bar, achieve all the achievements. I wish to see the end. I wish to slay the dragon. I wish for a world where I get to be the one who says, I've done it all. Everything worth doing has been done by me. I have conquered the lands, built the houses. I have burned it all down in my name. Because I was the only one to reach the end. That is the goal. The ultimate goal is to be the one who gets to set the spark. I see it now. Why would I want to be some NPC villager who never gets to achieve anything? The whole point of being Steve is that you have the risk of having completed it all, the risk of boredom, the risk of having to light the TNT. That is what gives him meaning. There is no meaning if there was no downsides. If there was no downhill, why would an uphill even exist? I get it now. I get it. Did you get it? You have to go and do it all. Complete the game. And once that has been done, you get to do the one thing nobody imagines is even possible, which is to go backwards. The ultimate experience of life. Think about it. When have you felt the strongest emotions in your life? Was it when you were going uphill? No. It was when you went backwards. When you got the job. I've never had that experience. But when you got the job, I'm unemployed. But when you got the job, you felt great. But when you got fired, the feeling was stronger. When you met a woman and you came into her, that was great. But when she left, the feeling was stronger. Going downhill is where true feeling is. That makes us feel alive. That is the goal. The ultimate experience as a human has to be it. It has to be that you go to the top of the mountain, you achieve it all, and then you get to experience the downfall. That has to be the greatest experience a human can experience. That you go and you become king, the Lord of everything, and then you lose it all. What a deeper feeling can your heart even feel than that? That is the goal. And now I have understood it finally. Finally, through this speech, I have come to the conclusion that now I have the answers that I needed. I know what my purpose is on this planet. I was lost. I was sunken into the deepest, darkest depths of the ocean, not knowing where to go, which way was up, feeling like I was drowning. Yet now I know that the only thing I must do is achieve it all and then watch it all come crashing down. That is my dream. My dream is not just the uphill. It's also the fall after it. You climb to the peak of a cliff and then you get to jump down. Do you get it? The beauty of a complete life with the up and the down. That is my dream. My dream is a complete life where you do everything and you lose everything, you gain everything and you let go of it all. I will be the first human to slay the Ender Dragon. And I will be the one who lights the TNTs. That is my dream. And it should also be yours. To live a complete life where you experienced everything, every emotion, from anger, hatred, uncontrollable wrath, sadness and melancholy, complete bitterness of the soul. But you also experience the hope, the happiness, the joy. And once it comes all together, you know what it's like to be a human. And what more can you ask from life than to experience it? What more can you ask from life than to live it to the fullest? And so everything that happens to you is simply a part of a complete life. Every up, every down is simply a gift to you by God, so that you could say that you went through it all. That is the complete dream. That is the dream of everything, because it encompasses everything. At least that is my dream. And I hope that it is also yours. And so, as always, go out there, stay disciplined, chase your dream, and have a fantastic day.